Here we go.
And this is episode 14, part 4. And this one is going to be a little bit different, but maybe not that much different. Sydney Sweeney and the jeans ad and the controversy surrounding it. And I'll let Steve explain it better because I don't understand it as well as I should. So
Right, so American Eagle, this clothing brand, which who the fuck is wearing these fucking? I don't know.
I don't know anybody wearing.
But just think about it, American Eagle. So here's these people buying this clothes, you know. Yeah, it's like LL Bean and all these other ones. I mean, I like to.
But
wear,
higher end.
I like to wear nice clothes too.
Yeah.
And I go to TJ Maxx and places to get the Maxx for the minimum. I get this shit like 1/3 the price or 1/5 the price, you know, whatever. I just go and it looks good. I buy it.
We order from Amazon.
I really don't. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the name per se. Sometimes certain name brands just seem to pop up in what I seem to like.
New Balance, Nike, you know.
Well, that's for running.
Right.
I don't like Nike. I can't run. They're too narrow. But like, you know, Kenneth Cole. Like, I'll look at something. I'll be like, hey, I like that. Oh, it just happens to be Kenneth Cole or Calvin Klein. It's not because I would look for the label. It's because I discovered it after I saw it and said, that's interesting. I seem to kind of like these all the time. But you know, but I don't go. And then I get it. Like I said, it's so massively discounted that it's like ridiculous. But point being, like, here's this company, right, who calls himself American Eagle. And if you look at all the top executives, right, so after all this came out, you know, the controversy, and maybe I think you kind of got into it a little bit. Sydney Sweeney is this actress, right, and she's well known for being in this series. I think it's where she kind of breakthrough series, something, what is that series called on HBO? Whatever it was. Anyway, she's you know, what I would say most typical males might consider attractive. She's got, you know,
she's in her 20s though, right?
She's like mid-20s, I believe, and she's kind of, you know, I guess, like I said, this traditional, in somewhat of a traditional sense, you know, probably attracted to most men in America. Blonde hair, blue eyes, and you know, thin, with you know, ample, you know, up on top there. So, you know, that's pretty much what she's known for. She hasn't been in any great roles or anything like that, but she's done a couple things. So she's well known among, you know, the younger generation and also among men. So she gets this ad, right, for this company, and in the ad, she's basically laying down saying, you know, that genes are passed down from generation to generation that often determine, you know, things like skin color, eye color, hair color, and she even said personality.
Which is the weird one.
Which is very weird because we know that has a lot to do with environment, you know. There's a tremendous amount to do with environment, and there could be some genetically predispositioning factors for aggression or other things like that in certain individuals, you know, but certainly environment probably plays a much stronger role than that. You don't pass down narcissistic personality disorder or borderline. That's not passed down. That just gets created by somebody who might have a predisposition. And even those who don't, if they're traumatized enough. So, you know, and then here we go. Blue-eyed, blonde hair for a company that, if you look at all the executives, are all these blue-haired, blonde-eyed white people, women and men. And why would this even... So then the controversy becomes, obviously, that this is, you know, going back to this eugenic stuff that was like very popular in America in the 1800s in the United States, which you probably didn't learn if you didn't go to college or watch something somewhere else, because you didn't learn it in high school or anywhere else, but it was a huge movement. They actually had pageants and stuff. That's where all these beauty pageants started. Is who is the biggest, whitest, you know, like you would breeding dogs, you know, or any other kind of animal. Like, this is the purebred race, and we got to, you know, so eugenics was a huge thing, and there was even some, like, this crappy pseudoscience based around it, you know, but all this made-up bullshit.
And it still hasn't completely died yet.
Where do you think the mustache man got all his stuff from? Once again, the Boy Scouts, eugenics, you know, genocide, concentration camps, like we did the Indian. He got that from us. That was our ideas that he adopted and created to create his own fascist state that we had in America, you know. So his was even less democratic, in a way where we're becoming, where even people at the top didn't have a say.
Right. It took me like 5 minutes to realize this, but the stuff she talks about in the ad, she's like, I have good genes, but then she mentions things that aren't inherently good or bad. You know, how are blue eyes good? How is a such and such a skin tone good? I mean, it just is. I mean, I could understand if she'd said intelligence or you know, strength or something, but she didn't say any of that kind of thing. Yeah, she just she
said things that are just are.
Yeah, just like personal appearance.
I have good genes. Yeah, like
blue eyes and blonde hair isn't good genes.
You're literally saying that this is good as opposed to anything else, other things being bad.
Which the more you tear that apart, the more racist it looks. It's like really.
But here's my point. Here's my point. But that ties right in. Here's my point. Why even have a commercial like that? There's no way on the face of the fucking earth that you could even gaslight yourself into believing that you're not raising controversy by saying that by saying those things. There's people out there defending this, even minorities, and I wonder if these people are bots or AI, man. When I see these fucking people defending this shit, it's so wild, man. Who's paying you, man? Like, what the fuck is going on that you're defending this shit, trying to say it's not racist or it's not eugenics? There's no possible way whatsoever. This went through a round. If you ever worked at an advertising agency, you know what the fuck goes on there.
Somebody must have raised a hand and gone, shouldn't we think twice about this?
They knew exactly what they were doing. The discussion was, we're going to make controversy, and bad controversy is good controversy for us. Because we'll get a bunch of racist assholes to buy our shit.
Who never heard of our company before, and then they'll be
or, haven't bought from us in a while, and they'll be like, oh yeah, fucking make America great again, and we'll get my American genes now. You know, your fucking blue jeans, because they were getting irrelevant for a while. Who the fuck heard of American Eagle in fucking forever? But
I've never heard of them. Yeah,
I remember them back in the day, but I never wore that shit. It's too expensive, and it's just not my fucking style. But anyways, so why do they bring that up? Because they can in this environment, and it's to their benefit. I guarantee it. For all the backlash that they get, they're probably going to make some money off this. But they don't give a fuck, because this is the way they really fucking think. And they knew that people were going to have a fucking fit, but they don't give a shit. There's no way they can
make an extra buck. It doesn't matter whether it's 10 million, 10,000, whatever.
They don't care who they hurt or what controversy they create. They don't give a flying rat's ass. At the end of the day, it's how can I line my pocket and get my genes out there to a bunch of fucking racist assholes. They might as well just start selling fucking Make America Great Again hats too, while they're at it, with a fucking eagle on it or something.
Yeah.
You know, because that's only people gonna buy that shit now are MAGAs. I mean, they must have been so hard up for fucking sales that they were gonna go do anything at this point to go that fucking far. But to pretend, and then, like I said, I've seen like dozens and dozens of people on TikTok and other places, saying, like, trying to defend this thing as being, oh yeah, now everything is about this. And it's like, no, they made it that way. They made it that way. Like, stop fucking gaslighting yourself and trying to gaslight us. And they know exactly. They're too smart to not know what they fucking did, and they did it on purpose. Don't tell me otherwise. You think I'm a fuck? Like, what do you think people are? Stupid as you
Actually,
are?
they do.
Do you think that we're as dumb as you? And that these people aren't fucking duping you too? You fucking morons. Anyways, yeah, I mean...
I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, if you've got anything else...
No, but I think this goes back to, once again, where people are emboldened under this, environment, just like with Jubilee, to go to the most extreme, outrageous lengths to be fucking cruel and stupid and mean and vicious. And then when people react, to call them crazy. To call the person who's saying, what the fuck are you doing? And say, hey, see, there you go, you fucking libtards. You think that this is about eugenics and shit like that when it's just a jeans commercial.
Did you not watch the thing?
Not only that, but that's the abuser bully language. If you've ever seen an abusive relationship in action, whether it's like, at school where it's the teacher to the students, or if it's in like jobs, the boss to the employees, or if it's in a familial relationship, the father to the children, to the relationship with your significant other, This is the abuser language, the gaslighting that people have to endure. And America and Americans have endured for fucking centuries, since day fucking one in this fucking country. We've had to put up with this kind of shit. And the stupid people who are being harmed by it are fucking lapping it up and buying these stupid fucking jeans. Idiots.